Let me explain to y'all why God calls me Faith. Because my whole life has been evidence of things that I have hope for. I've never had nothing, but I've always had hope. I've never had nothing. I slept in the Salvation Army in middle school. We were homeless, living in hotels. I caught the short bus to school because the bus didn't come to where I lived, to my route. I never had nothing. I had hand-me-downs, and I'm the oldest. I'm the firstborn. I had hand-me-downs, and I'm the first grand. Nobody ever gave to me, and I always had things harder than my younger siblings. I protected my younger siblings from traumas that I didn't want them to go through because I had to go through them. But you know what I always had was hope. You see, I thought that I always had faith, but I always had hope. I always had hope, and God always met me halfway with that. And he supplied every need of mine because I had hope. And though I was homeless, though I was depressed, though I was suicidal, though I felt like I wasn't loved, though I never knew my father on earth. On earth. I knew I had a father in heaven. And believe it or not, even though I was operating in divination, I was operating in witchcraft, and I was operating in all the things I was operating in because I thought that was the truth, not because I had evil or ill intent. I always knew that there was a God. I just thought that God maybe didn't like me until I understood that there was a formula to spiritual things, until I understood that, wait, the Bible says that faith is this. So that means I need this. Wait, but I've always had hope. I've had hope my whole life. So if faith is the substance of things that I hope for, if I'm trying to receive something, maybe I need to have hope in this thing. So devil, you can't steal my hope. And my whole life I felt hopeless. My whole life I was depressed. My whole life I felt like no one loved me. My whole life I felt like I was an orphan. I had an orphan spirit. I had a spirit of rejection. I had a spirit of anxiety. I had a spirit of infirmity. I was supposed to die when I was 18 years old. I looked at my sister in her eyes when she was about 16, and I said, Kayla, I was not supposed to make it to 18. I said, the devil wanted and tried to kill me. My mother came up to me when I was 11 years old, and she said, I had a dream about you. I had a dream that if you don't change your ways, you're going to die at a young age. I had an auntie that told me, I don't know why you're talking anyways, Naya, because you were supposed to been, and then she stopped herself. I said, Auntie, what did you mean by that? She said, nothing. Y'all understand that when people have a big purpose on their life, the enemy is going to take that person, and he's going to put them through trials and tribulations and fights that you're going to have to fight, but you have to fight it. You have to fight it because there's somebody who can't fight. You have to fight it because there's somebody who's going through everything that you're going through, but they don't know how to get out of it. You, my friend, are going through hell because you need to teach them how to get out of it. I was homeless my whole life, and I was homeless in adulthood because me and my mother never got along. My first fist fight was my mama. My first bully was my mama. I was molested by a man at my job, and my mama looked at me in my face. She said, well, you must have liked it then. No, I'm going to tell the truth today. Because I'm tired of the enemy having a muzzle on my mouth, and my testimony can help some people. My mama said, you must have liked it. I had crooked teeth in middle school. I said, Mama, you know that people used to spread rumors about me, that I was a hoe? I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21 years old. So nowhere in the middle school, my mother looked at me in my eyes and she said, well, maybe that's why your teeth was so crooked. Maybe that's why your teeth looked like that. I had stomach issues because my dad died of Crohn's disease when I was a child. And every time I would throw up and be sick in the morning, my mom would say, I know you're not pregnant. If I would have known you would have been this complicated, I would have never had you. Do you understand that I faced rejection? And I've looked at rejection in its face and I said, you are not going to own me. I looked at depression in its face and I said, you will not take me. I looked at suicide in its face and I said, you will not kill me. I looked at infirmity in its face and I said, you cannot have me. I need you to understand that everybody who looks strong to you has been through things that you don't understand. I've been kicked out of my mom's house more times than I can count. I've been kicked out of my mama's house more times than she's ever told me she loves me, and I felt like she's meant it. I wanted to get rid of myself one night, and I said, Mama, I'm ready. I can't do this no more. I had a knife under my pillow. My mother looked at me and she said, get out of my room before I punch you in the face. You don't understand. So many people judge me because I'm so strong and because of my demeanor, but you don't understand. I was taken from my home at 17 years old in high school, and I went to foster care late. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't, that was my favorite thing to say. You don't understand. Nobody understands, but my God understood me, and he met me where I was at. And I'm telling you that God that met me where I was at can meet you. And y'all, I got pregnant out of wedlock. I sure did. I married a man after that married me for citizenship. I sure did. That's my testimony. He married me just to be an American citizen. He sure did. But I love my son now. You know, when I got pregnant, I got kicked out and was living in hotels. I was a part of ministries on TikTok. thinking that people were my brothers and people were my sisters. I got molested in that situation too. Guess what? People called me the Jezebel. People said I was the whore, and that because I stayed there at that house, I must have liked it. But what they didn't know is I didn't have nowhere to go back to. I never had a home to call home to go back to. So I was forced to stay in a position, in a situation where I was uncomfortable, because as long as I have a place to lay my head, y'all don't understand how that feels. But it's okay, because I'm here to talk about, and I'm here to spread my truth and say how that feels. There are people that I'm never gonna like. There are people that I'm never gonna look at the same. I forgive you, but I ain't never gonna like you. I love you, but I ain't never gonna like you. People on this app, people in the ministry, I ain't never gonna like you. I'm sitting in my own car in my neighborhood with my own apartment. Do I know how I'm going to pay my bills all the time? No, I don't. But God has been providing for me. I got a car that's paid off that I don't have to pay on. All I have to pay for is insurance. And my insurance is already 2 months paid in advance. I have an apartment that's already paid for in advance. That if I ever got behind, I know I won't be put out, because it's paid for at least a month or two in advance. That's the God that I know. That's why my God calls me Faith. And that same God that loves me, and the same God that has had me and that has kept me, will keep you. I'm strong like this because I ain't had no choice. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm tired of being strong. I'm so tired of being strong, y'all. You know, for once, and I pray to God, I'm like, Lord, can you send me some people where I don't have to be strong no more? I know I'm strong, and I know I'm meant to help your people. But God, I need somebody too. God, I need you to send people that are strong like me too, because I need them to give me strength. I need to rely on them. I need iron, because iron sharpens iron. I'm tired of wood pieces and wood chips in my life. But that's taught me patience. See, every struggle in my life has taught me something. So I decided that I'm going to share my testimony, and I'm going to teach you. I was homeless while I was pregnant. I was sleeping in the car while I was pregnant. I was going to churches looking for help, and those churches didn't help me. I went to Revelation Church by Prophet Lovey. They didn't help me. That apostle looked me dead in my eyes, and he said that I was looking for a sob story, and that he doesn't understand why my mother would put me out, because moms don't do stuff like that, and that I wanted to come here and cry and give crocodile tears to make him feel sorry for me. It's sad that there are smaller churches with less than 20 people in it that helped me than mega churches. That's a problem. This video is all over the place. But the point of this video is, because I had to get that out, because that is a problem. But the point of this video is, I've been through it and I've seen it. I've been through it all. I felt it all. I promise. I know what it feels like to have a baby daddy who got you pregnant, trapped you, and don't want you. I know what it feels like to have people in your life who said that they will do certain things for you and they betray you. I know what it feels like for the very people who are meant to love you and who are meant to teach you and cherish you and help you grow, like your parents or a guardian or a friend, to betray you and stab you in your back. I know what trust wounds feel like, but you need to learn how to look them suckers in their face and say, you cannot have me. That's why I'm so blessed. That's why I'm so anointed. That's why why she always make it. Why she don't ever look like what she going through? Because of faith. Faith is what pleases God. Nothing else. Not your good works. Not how good you prophesy. Not how many times you get on this app and you act like you know everything about the Bible. Not your demeanor and acting like you're perfect and holier than thou. Faith pleases God. And guess what God calls me?